And there are two issues I want to quickly mention that I will also work on with your help: mental health and addiction. Too many people across this country are suffering because one or the other or both. There still is a stigma. People don't want to seek help. We need more help, more resources, family members, friends, colleagues. We all need to help folks get the kind of care they should have, and that means we've got to have a better system for providing it. And I intend to make that a really high priority of my presidency, so people are not suffering and dying. And we are going to fight for comprehensive immigration reform with full and equal citizenship. I have said that within the first 100 days of my presidency, I will introduce legislation and I will start working to get it passed. And I will defend DACA and DAPA, and I will stand up against the bullying and bigotry of Donald Trump, who wants to deport 11 million hardworking immigrants. I'm proud we are a nation of immigrants. I'm proud of that. I think every American should be proud of that. So when I hear Donald Trump attacking people based on their immigrant status, their religion, their disabilities, their gender, whatever the reason he attacks people, I am so upset, because that's not who we are as Americans. And I want to tell you, just recently, he has been attacking a distinguished federal judge. A federal judge who was born in Indiana. He is as American as I am, and he's as American as Donald Trump is. And this judge was a really effective federal prosecutor. He was appointed a judge first by your Republican governor, Governor Schwarzenegger. Then he was put on the federal bench by President Obama, serving with distinction. And he drew a case brought against Trump University, which has taken advantage of hardworking people and is called a fraudulent enterprise even by the people who work there. So Trump doesn't want you to pay attention to what this case is revealing. So he is attacking the judge and saying outrageously that the judge, who is of Mexican heritage, cannot serve fairly over his case. You know, just yesterday he said, well, because of all the negative things he has said about American Muslims, he doesn't know that an American Muslim judge could fairly preside over a case. I'm waiting for him to say, because of all the bigoted things he has said about women, that a woman judge couldn't preside. By the time he's finished, nobody's going to be left in this country that he is going to have exempted from insults. We need to stop this divisiveness, this bullying and bigotry. And the best way to do it is to send a big message tomorrow that we're going to go into the campaign prepared to make the case against him like I did in San Diego, and we're going to defeat him. So, my friends, we have a lot of work to do. We've got to reform criminal justice. We've got to reform incarceration practices. We've got to stand up to the gun lobby and fight for common sense gun safety reforms. We've got to protect women's rights, defend Planned Parenthood, defend marriage equality and discrimination against the LGBT community. We have to work with people like Secretary Padilla to defend voting rights. We need a Supreme Court, and I will appoint justices to reverse Citizens United and get unaccountable money out of our political system. So there's a lot to do here at home, but we've got work to do around the world too, right? And as I did say in San Diego, Donald Trump is unqualified to be president and temperamentally unfit to be commander-in-chief. A person who talks about other countries getting nuclear weapons, who insults our not only for the next president, but the next commander-in-chief. And I am very honored that I served for 8 years in the Senate, and I served on the Armed Services Committee, that I served as Secretary of State. I know how hard these choices are, and I know what it takes to have a cool head and to listen to other people, to listen to the experts. When Donald Trump was asked, who are your foreign policy advisors? Who do you listen to, Mr. Trump? He said, I listen to myself because I have a very good brain. When he was asked what foreign policy experience he had, he said, well, I took the Miss Universe pageant to Russia. I mean, you can't help but laugh, but it's kind of frightening, isn't it? Well, the best way to end the threat that he presents to our country and the world is to defeat him starting tomorrow in the California primary. And finally, here's what I want you to know. I am a proud Democrat. I am a person who believes America's best years are ahead of us, that we should have the confidence and optimism to make sure we keep the American promise and dream alive for every person and particularly every child in America. But I do not think I have all the answers. I actually think you learn from folks by listening, that we should get back to respecting each other. I want to unify our country, and I will go anywhere, talk to anybody to find common ground, to solve our problems, to make progress. I am absolutely thrilled to be competing in this primary. We have worked hard up and down this great, great state, and I need your help tomorrow. I'm asking you to come out and vote for me tomorrow, and if you do, I stand up and fight for you and work for you through this campaign all the way into the White House. Let's make the future we deserve to have